Hi everyone, this is Two Nutrition Nuts here. My name is Matthew Robinson.
And I'm Kellie McKinney.
And we're here actually at the Wild Ramp in a new location in Central City Market. If you haven't heard of the Wild Ramp, it's actually a non-profit organization that brings forth local produce and products made by local artisans. So it's all within a small radius, and they want to bring you products.
Yeah, so we're going to meet and greet some lovely folks and do a tour of the new shop today. So stick around, join us, and let's see what they have to offer.
My name is Shelley Keeley, and I am the market manager for the Wild Ramp Market. We have provided a viable economic outlet for our local food producers. Since opening in July of 2012, the Wild Ramp has given back close to $400,000 to our farmers. Many of those farmers, about 75% of them, are within 50 miles of Huntington. We've not only given back, really great, it's very, getting a little bit choked up. We provided education and training not only for our farmers, but for our community as well. More than anything, I think we've kind of pulled our community together, bonded. We've met some really great friends, neighbors. It's just been a truly wonderful experience. This is such a unique opportunity for all of us to be involved with. At this time, I would like to thank and acknowledge several people and businesses. Dutch Miller Kia, Field Development, Acompucky, don't know if you heard that one, Acompucky, Facing Hunger Food Bank, CrossFit Thunder, they use the very heavy equipment. Roy Ramey, one of our farmers. I'd also like to thank the shops at Heritage Station. They were wonderful. We love being a part of their community. The Central City shopkeepers who have welcomed us. And I'd like to thank Gardner Refrigeration and Youth Electric. I would really like to thank the West Virginia Department of Ag, the City of Huntington, but most importantly, I'd like to thank our countless, selfless, hardworking volunteers, farmers, and customers for making cannot wait to see what the future holds for the Wild Ramp at Central City. I think it's going to be amazing. now I would like to introduce our mayor of Huntington, Steve Williams.
But for a group of people to come together and say, we don't have to go outside of our community to try to get somebody else to come in and do something, we can do this for ourselves. And they went elsewhere in markets in Ohio and elsewhere to identify how it was done, and they said, we can do this. The beauty of Wild Ramp is that this is another instance of what we can do in Huntington when we set our mind to do something. We don't have to go somewhere else to get it done. We have the ability to do it ourselves. So one more time, a big round of applause for the Board of Directors. Less than a quarter of a mile away, 10 million vehicles a year pass by this area. 10 million vehicles a year. Now imagine if we were just 1/4 of a mile from the river and dying of thirst, you would wonder, why in the world wouldn't you be able to find a way to channel some of that water so that we wouldn't be dying of thirst? If we have 10 million vehicles a year passing by us, we need to make sure that we find ways to be able to channel that water off of the interstate right down in here into 14th Street West in the area. This is one big step in that direction. Ladies, look around here at all the different people who are represented from all over town. You have shopkeepers here. 14th Street West is Central City is a unique character of its own, and you take care of yourselves. And that's what we have to build in Huntington. So with that, let me please offer this proclamation. Whereas the Wild Ramp at Central City strives to operate a year-round, community-supported market that provides education and a viable economic outlet for local food producers while providing consumers access to locally grown agricultural products. And whereas the Wild Ramp has encouraged the development of new farm and food business and made a significant contribution to the local economy by returning over $400,000 to local farmers. And whereas the Wild Ramp has inspired citizens to engage in urban agriculture, whereas the Wild Ramp was conceived and built as a grassroots effort by hundreds of members of the tri-state community, and whereas the Wild Ramp expands the options for individuals that want to buy local food and support local farmers, and whereas the Wild Ramp honors the numerous individuals involved with all community campaigns in Huntington that urge residents to actively participate in the greening and gardening efforts available in our community, and whereas the development and operation of the Wild Ramp is supported and promoted throughout the state by the West Virginia Department of Agriculture, West Virginia Food and Farm Coalition, and West Virginia Farmers Market Association. Now therefore, I, Steve Williams, Mayor of the City of Huntington, Cabell, and Wayne Counties, do hereby proclaim the 24th day of May 2014 to be Wild Ramp Day.
And make sure you say hi to our wonderful Scratch Junior Gardeners for opening the door for us and saying hello as we enter. They are producers here. They're our kid producers. So make sure you say hi to them.
Come on down to the Wild Ramp in Central City and let's take full advantage of it.
I like it just because you can bring it down here and drop it off and go. Plus it's a good atmosphere, there's good people that run it. You seem to sell really good down here because they have good customer status and basis and everything for your product.
Hello, I'm Roy Ramey with Avalon Farms. It's a small family farm that practices sustainable agriculture in Lesage, West Virginia, which is northern Cabell County. Some of the things that we produce on the farm is pork, We have poultry, broilers, and eggs. And we actually process our poultry on the farm. So it's done by our hands from the time it's a day-old chick to the time it's delivered to the customer's hands. We also have raspberries and bamboo shoots and other bamboo products that we can use for tomato steaks and things of that nature, building useful things. We've had a relationship with the Wild Ramp since it was started. I was actually one of the founding producers, and I was happy to be a part of it. They offered us an outlet market for our products that instead of having to try to sell to some big chain, which most little farmers don't have that opportunity, this offered us the opportunity to sell to consumers right here in the local area. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. They do most of the marketing for us, and we get the opportunities to just be a part of that program. There's a lot of educational opportunities with the Wild Ramp. They teach classes that help the farmers out, things from business classes to how to market our products, how to approach customers and things like that, how to package. And then we've also had the opportunity to share what we know for the consumer so that they understand what goes into developing that product to get it to them. There's a lot of hidden costs when you buy at the retail level because you don't see what goes into everything. So we've had that opportunity to share with the customers just what goes into it. If your chicken costs $4 a pound, why does it cost that? And so it's been a good opportunity to work between us, the producers, all the way to the end users that make use of that product.
My name is Rain Clover. I was recently hired to be our Communications and Outreach Manager. I think the Wild Ramp is essential to our community because of community. The Wild Ramp is a place where people can go meet each other. You can meet your farmer, public can meet each other, find like-minded people in the community that are actively working to buy local and to buy healthier products and create that web that'll just stretch further and further.
And so if someone were interested in getting involved in volunteering or working with the Wild Ramp, where is that? How do you offer that?
Sure, there's a couple places you can go. You can come to our store. We have sign-up sheets available, just phone number, name, email address, and we can get in contact with you. You can also go to our website and contact us that way or through Facebook.
Okay. And what do you see in the future for the Wild Ramp? What do you see growing?
Well, we have lots of different ideas. We hope to maybe have mobile markets, be able to pop up in different locations around the area. We hope to be more of a distributor, have producers coming in and then putting food back out into restaurants, into other stores. We have all kinds of hopes and dreams, and we hope to fulfill them all. Thank you for joining the Two Nutrition Nuts today on the tour of the new Wild Ramp Market. There's lots more in store from us, so stick around. Hey guys, Two Nutrition Nuts here at the Rose Garden in Ritter Park.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little garden that's offered by the city of Huntington. It's got thousands of roses. They're all in bloom, and it's just
we're surrounded by beauty. Yeah. It's just we're swimming in it. It's so
one of
gorgeous.
Our favorite locations, so we thought we would come to you guys and do a video for you. And we thought, what better place than a beautiful rose garden on a beautiful sunny day?
So we recently went to Columbus, Ohio, and we had a nice trip. We went to Whole Foods, and then we went to the Hills Market. And being nutrition nuts that we are, we wanted to share with you some of the goodies that we picked up. And first, I want to start with a staple for me. It's a breakfast staple. And I am a big advocate of steel-cut oats. I love these guys in the morning. They get me going. They keep me full. Give me the energy I need to power through my workouts. But I love adding like fresh fruit, fresh berries. It's highly recommended. I go for a half a cup, and like I said, I just add some fresh strawberries, fresh blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, whatever you like, and it's just the perfect breakfast to make. You can't go wrong.
And there are a bunch of different varieties. Is there one that you prefer? Do you like stone ground or anything like that?
You know, to be honest with you, no. I just honestly go for a steel cut. You can get any of them as long as it's a steel cut, and I don't think you could go wrong.
All right.
Nope, not at all.
Sounds good. I have a few items too. First one I'm going to talk about is actually tuna. It's an albacore white tuna in a can. I know some people don't really care for canned tuna flavor-wise, but I absolutely love it. But I thought there were a few important things to pay attention to, mainly that it's in water. So a lot of cans will come in oil, and that's just some extra fat that you don't really need, considering that tuna is already kind of a fatty fish. But this one I love because it's no salt added, and another important thing that I always love to look for on the tuna label is wild caught. So it's just sustainability and looking for an overall effect on the environment. So looking for better ways to catch tuna other than mass.
Absolutely, and it's just something simple as reading labels. So
Yep.
just pay attention, read your labels.
I had never even noticed before when I was grocery shopping until I just happened to see it, and I thought, you know what, how cool is that? And I just wanted to support the brands that actually sustainably catch the
Yeah,
tuna.
and if you guys would like to see more information or a video on how to properly read your labels and things of that nature, please hit us up.
Oh, yeah.
Comment to us, let us know what you think, because we'd be glad to take you through steps for
Exactly.
that. Absolutely.
Alright.
All right, guys, let's see what else I got in my goodie bag. Okay. I like pumpkin seeds, or also known as pepitas. And these guys are high in B vitamins. They're a good fatty oil, and as well, they're good for healthy glowing skin. And who doesn't like healthy glowing skin?
Exactly.
We all do. Okay. So these are great to add as salad toppers. They are great to add into your trail mixes and some other healthy recipes that we're going to introduce later on in other videos that you'll see that these guys are going to be incorporated in. But they're good. They're good just as a snack alone. And as well, I think you want to give them some information on the jack-o'-lanterns in the fall.
October, you're gonna get tons of, like, basically for free. So you tell all your friends and your neighbors and your family, hey, if you're not using the insides of your pumpkins, give them to me. All it takes is a little bit of time to clean them off, dry them down, and toast them up in the oven, and you've got
You can't go
a
wrong.
month's worth of
Taste
pepitas.
these babies up.
And they're just awesome.
They
I love
are.
them.
They're so good in so many ways, but I really love them in a salad. I really love them in a salad a lot, and I love them in trail mix too.
Exactly.
They're good for post-workout purposes, things of that nature,
Yeah.
in with your trail mix.
And coming up in October, I'm sure we'll make a video too, talking about different ways to utilize pumpkin. So,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you can cook with pumpkin, and there's a whole way to just use every part of the pumpkin. So,
It's a nice squash, right?
but it's summer. We're not going to worry about October yet.
No, not yet.
But goes along the same kind of lines. I have sunflower kernels, and I just love these. They're inexpensive. They are low, you know, just high in, they're a good essential fat. I just love them. They're great to add on salads, yogurts, anything that you want to snack on. I love them in trail mixes,
Yes.
granola. They're great for you.
They pair well with the pumpkin seeds.
Exactly.
They do.
So you just swing a little bit each on top, and you've got, you know, all that you need right there on your salad.
Yeah, it's
So,
a good powerhouse. Like, in with that trail mix, that's a good
Yeah.
powerhouse after a workout. I love those.
I just love them. They're so good.
Me too. Let's see what else I got in here for everybody. Oh yeah, coconut flakes, organic coconut flakes, and coconut oil. Two things that I absolutely adore that are highly important. Okay, coconut flakes you can bake with these guys, or you can also add them into things like your yogurt or your Greek yogurt, which I recommend due to the higher protein aspect. But these guys, if you wanted to, say, have a breaded chicken aspect, you can have your coconut flakes on your chicken along with something else in my goodie bag that I'm going to show you. But you can coat your chicken with your coconut oil, put your coating on, and then add your coconut flakes, and you have a delicious
Those
chicken.
are really good on salmon too. Like,
Yes.
I like to bring them on top of seafood if you like that little bit of sweetness.
Gives you that tropical feel in
Yeah.
the summer, like you're at the
Toss
beach.
it in. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
with fruit salad too.
Fruit
If you
salad.
cut up some pineapple and mango and some strawberries,
Papayas. Oh,
papaya,
yes.
and then toss a little bit of that coconut in after it's toasted, it gives you that. You could even grill the pineapple
Yes.
all before you made a nice little fruit salad. I mean, that would
Yes.
just be such a wonderful
So
summer
good.
treat.
But this guy, it's a good healthy fat. You can use it in conjunction or as an alternative to olive oil. We like them both. We just
Yeah.
like to switch it up.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but this is a good guy. It's great to cook with, to grill with, and we both highly recommend it.
Sometimes you just want a little bit of different flavor than olive oil.
Absolutely.
So it's awesome. And next, I'm going to show you some snacks. I'm a big snack person. I like to have snacks on hand. I know that before I got into nutrition, I know that it was easy to go into the bad snacks, like the chips and the easy things that were just accessible. So I like to keep these in my pantry at all times, so that way I have a reason to eat them and not go towards anything that's negative. But these are soy nuts, the first thing I'm going to show you. These are excellent source. I know a lot of vegans and vegetarians enjoy them because they're a great source of protein. And soybeans are actually the only vegetable or plant source that contains all 9 essential amino acids. So it's a great source.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong
No.
with these. And they're crunchy and they're salty, but they're not as salty or nearly as much fat as potato chips. So it's just a great alternative that I like to keep in. And they go great with trail mix too. I know we keep going back to trail mix, but these are great.
In your salads too. These just help build upon good, healthy plates that people may think that are boring. Like, oh, I'm tired of a salad, but you add these guys and these different things to them, then it's a different alternative. It's a different taste every time.
And if you, spritz these with a little bit of olive oil, you could flavor them with chipotle seasoning. You could flavor them. I mean, it's endless. You don't have to eat just the soy nuts. I like to put, you can make them sweet with like cinnamon.
Yes.
So all kinds of cool stuff.
Just like how you could roast your nuts or your sunflower seeds too, add cinnamon to them. Yes.
And then these are dehydrated green beans and dehydrated okra. And before you turn away and snarl your nose, I promise these are wonderful. These are another crunchy, salty, little sweet snack. The green beans are a little sweeter than the okra, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, they're just great. They're really low in sodium. You can find them at Walmart. That's where I got these. They're just great. And
it's a great alternative.
Just throw them in a snack bag.
To your potato chips and different things like that. And we highly recommend things like these. If you've got that salty meat, that crunch, this will help with that.
And they're a good source of fiber, and I mean, you're still getting nutrients from them. So it's not like you're just eating to be eating. You're actually getting something from these because they're still the vegetable that they are.
Right. It all comes down to healthy lifestyle choices, right?
I love them.
Right. I have one more thing in here, and this goes along with the coconut oil that I was telling you about earlier. This is flaxseed milk. And flaxseed comes in different forms, but I like to go with the flaxseed meal simply because if I did want to add a coating to my grilled chicken or baked chicken, where I had coated it with the coconut oil, you add a little bit of this on top, you can add some of your coconut flakes, and you have a great coated grilled or baked chicken, and you have that breading on it, but you don't have the fat from the fried chicken. So a lot of people, they like fried chicken. I'm a huge grilled chicken lover, but a lot of people do. They love the fried chicken, but this is a good breaded alternative, and this is high in omega-3s as well. So you're doing something healthy for your heart by doing this. You can also add this guy to your yogurt as well. I promise you, it tastes good.
You can bake with it too. That's what I thought was so interesting about the different flours and things like this, is that you can bake with them and you can use them as alternatives to something that you regularly would just put in.
Yes, I know different individuals, and sometimes myself as well, you can even add it to your oats in the morning as well. You absolutely can, along with your fruit.
Experiment. That's all we do. We pick up items that we just think are cool, and we're like, let's just go with it. Let's see what we can, make with it.
You've got to try it because you never know. You never know if you'll like it or not, and chances are you probably will.
Yeah, and that actually goes along the lines. I'm going to talk about flavorings. I love to season things, and I like to try to avoid salting or adding additional sodium, because I find nowadays that anything that you're getting outside of Whole Foods it's going to be really, really high in salt.
Sodium is hidden in so many things, and people don't know.
You wouldn't believe what salt is in. I mean, you pick up a package of cookies and there's sodium, and and granted, you add it in baking items, but this is a way to cut down on sodium. I love nutritional yeast. Kelly actually introduced me into this, and it is just the coolest little thing. It's dried yeast. It's powder form, and it looks like powdered cheese, but it's just wonderful. It's really, really high in B vitamins. It's salt-free, it's gluten-free, it's a great taste. It's a great alternative for vegetarians and vegans. Vegans mainly because they don't eat cheese, but it's got that salty, briny taste that cheese can add sometimes. So I like to add it to salads. I like to add it to roasted cauliflower, roasted broccoli, seasoned vegetables.
And another breaded aspect, and then you can get that cheesy taste, and it bakes on top, or it feels on top so well. And sometimes it even adds a little crunchy aspect to it, a little nice layer on it.
It's great for pregnant women as well because it's high in folic acid. So you always have to make sure you're getting your folate. Usually you will from bread and stuff like that, but it's just something.
Especially for your vegan moms.
I always like to add it now. I sneak it into my parents' meals whenever I'm making stuff for them, just to give them a little bit extra, because I know sometimes
we have to do that.
Sometimes not everyone eats as healthy, so I like to sneak it in, but it's good.
Yeah, we're usually upfront with everyone, but sometimes you gotta sneak
It's great for children. I guarantee you they'll love it. And then this is one of your must-haves in your pantry. I like to season everything. I obviously have a big jar of this, but it's basil.
It's so good. You can't go wrong.
This is just wonderful. Basil's just wonderful. It's as a sweet, earthy taste to anything. You can add it to fish, you can add it to poultry, you can add it to vegetables, sauces. I mean, anything that you know your heart desires. I like to actually set aside some olive oil, and I'll put this in with whole cloves of garlic, and you just let it sit, and it'll just marinate over time, and then you've got garlic basil oil that you can
really
top on top of chicken or something like that. But yeah, two most important herbs that you should have, I think, are basil and thyme. I use those on everything.
And in the future, if you guys are interested, again, as well, we could perhaps do a video on some fresh herbs and different ways to utilize them, because I think they're very important, and they spice up so many dishes that would be boring.
Exactly, and they can be kind of intimidating. When you go into the spices aisle, even me to this day, I'm looking at all of these and they have names, but they don't tell you anything about how they taste or what to put them in. So
or how to use them, perhaps.
The only way that I've known to work with them is just experiment, and we talked about that earlier, and just kind of see, okay, this is more of a savory flavor, so I should pair this with something that's a little more savory, and going on the basis of that.
But we would be glad to take you guys through something like that if you're interested, so let us know.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome. Let's see. Another snack item
Popcorn.
for the moviegoers.
That would be me.
Yeah. This is just whole kernel, plain popcorn. It's nothing. There's nothing to it. And that's what I like about it, is that you can get this in
what
bulk.
you're getting.
I think I spent maybe $2, and I have 2 of these at home full of kernels. And they were on sale, and I just picked them up. And the best part is there's 2 different ways that you can make them. You can pop it in just a dry pan on top of the stove, put a lid on it, just keep shaking it until it pops, or you can throw it into a brown paper bag, and this is fun to do with kids. Like I know that Kelly's niece would love it. Just pop it in with a little bit of oil, just shake it up, and then stick it in the microwave for a few minutes until it's all popped.
And it's a great way to get the kids in the kitchen.
Exactly.
And cooking with the parents or with the aunt.
Yeah.
And the aunt's friend.
Yeah.
And it's a great alternative to get them in and get them active, and teaching them how to eat healthy and cook healthy.
Just giving them different options. You know, I know a lot of times people only think about popcorn being in a microwavable bag that's, Orville Redenbacher's, or you know what I mean? So I think it's fun to just experiment. I know we keep going back to that experiment thing, but that's what we do.
But again, you know what you're getting, you know what you're adding, so you don't have to worry about additives, preservatives, and things that you don't want going into your body. You know exactly what you're getting with that.
And you can flavor this 1,000 different ways. You can make sweet popcorn, savory popcorn. I like to do spritz it with just a little bit of spray olive oil, and then you can top it with a little bit of pepper and Parmesan, or put thyme on it and basil, like I just said. But yeah, try it out, see what you think. And then one last, this is my quintessential items. Every person in their home, I think, should have a lemon and limes.
They must be in your kitchen.
They have to be in your kitchen. I use these as markers. So if I'm out of lemon or if I'm out of lime, it's time to go to the grocery store. I gotta go to the grocery store. So I'll start making a list, and just because I know that I always use these, I love to use them. Lemon, I'll cut up into small little wedges and put in ice cubes. They're really, really pretty if you're entertaining or
fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy.
Like that.
Makes you feel a little bit better.
You want to be classy, feel fancy.
But it just adds great flavor to normal water, so you can throw them in your water bottle and head out the door. Limes, I love to use on
so many ways.
Just everything.
Yes.
If you want to make, actually, it's really good on top of yogurt, Greek yogurt too.
Yes.
You could just add a little zest to it, but you can make zesty chicken, you can make zesty vegetables. You could grill, like slice these in half and grill them.
Yes.
And that's really good to add a little bit on top too.
If you're doing a grilled chicken salad, add those on the grill with your grilled chicken.
Yep.
Oh, so good. Some black beans.
Yeah, and it's handy to have these too. They add acidity, and that will help prevent browning of certain fruits.
Yes.
So like green apples and apples and things like that will turn brown really, really fast if you cut them. So if you put them in a fruit salad, it'll help from browning.
Those guys will help. They'll keep
So
them fresh.
I'm telling you, these things, 1,001 uses. I love, love, love them.
And you may want to tell everybody about our infused water.
Oh yes, so we're actually going to be doing a video too,
Yes.
where we sit down and talk to you about infused water. So I know that we like to put these in water, but there's a lot of other things that we like to put in water.
Yeah.
We love fruits. We love the way they can enhance flavors. So we thought it'd be cool to show you guys a video about infused water.
Yeah, we're really big on infused water. If you guys have been following some of the things that we do with our workshops, with our seminars, we have always tried to incorporate infused water because of the versatility.
Yeah.
And we're big believers in drinking your water, getting your H2O in, and we really want to showcase the versatility of that. Water doesn't have to be plain.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be boring. And especially this time of year, we want you guys to be able to taste the fresh fruit.
It's
so delicious.
It's simple, it's sweet,
so delicious.
it's refreshing, it's light. I mean, it's exactly, well,
It's exactly right.
yeah, it's exactly what you need for summer.
It is.
And then the last but most important thing, every person ever, H2O. We have got, everyone has got to have this.
You've got to have your jug.
You gotta have, well, you don't have to have, if you're not into a giant jug like I am, you can just, you know.
We're jugaholics.
Yeah, we like to have just water on us at all times. It's so important, especially with this hot weather and humid weather, especially with children. If you have children, if you elderly, anything like that, they've always got to make sure that they have enough water in their system. This is
Stay hydrated.
the single most important thing for your body. If you don't have water, you know, nothing works properly. So it's always important to,
Just like Matt said, especially this time of year where it's more humid and you may be outdoors doing some workouts, we hope, doing some intense workouts in the gym. Need
water.
to hydrate.
And pets, don't forget about your pets
Yeah,
too.
about the babies.
Everyone has to have water, so I think it's important. And we just wanted to touch base on it. And if you take anything away from this video today, is to have a glass more of water.
Drink your water.
Just drink your water.
The two nuts
I
want
like
you to drink your water.
Yeah, I like to take this. I'll buy it once. It's like $1.58. I buy it once. It'll last me a day, and then I'll fill it up the night before, stick it in the fridge, grab it before I go. And then I've got this throughout the entire day. And I call it, it's funny, I actually have two of these. I have this one that I'll have all times, and then I have a second one that I have in my car, and it's called my emergency water. I call it my emergency water because it's, you never know, you're always thirsty, and then I'm like, dang, I forgot.
It's road trip water,
Yeah.
you know, you don't
So it's
know.
like, you always have to have water. I love water.
We do. We are big believers in promoting drinking your water, so please do. Yes, there's much more exciting things to come. We have some exciting things to unveil, so stay tuned to us.
Yep, and if you guys know of anything that's going to be happening in your neck of the woods, just feel free to let us know, and maybe we can get over there and do some coverage on it.
To nutritionists, always looking for ways to inspire health. See you
Exactly.
guys later. Bye.